Okay, on its trailer, Crimson Desert, I heard there was some hype. I actually never didn't completely missed out. Whatever. So let's check out the honest game trailer.
In a world full of games that treat you like a baby, forget all the tutorials and yellow-painted ledges, as a new release perfectly recreates that childhood feeling of being kicked off a cliff and forced to fight a wolf with a stick, 300 style. Can't relate?
Huh.
Sorry, my parents raised me Korean.
This is
Korea.
Crimson Desert. It's finally here. The game you've either been frothing at the mouth for, or the random title you just heard about for the first time. Thrill, as the studio known for its fever dream of an MMO, spent almost a decade on that same flavor, but without bots spamming the chat about farming gold. In a single-player experience that's like every fun idea in gaming crammed into a clown car, that you only get to play after the first few boring hours. And even then, force you to learn controls that twist your hands into a Rat King. Ew. Making this game one of the most hated or beloved games of the year. Which is great. I'd rather have a healthy debate than everyone agree it's been non-stop ass for AAA games.
Would you like to join us for game night?
Jump into the smelly fantasy world of Crimson Desert. A very bold title choice, since you won't get there until 100 hours in. Before that, take on the many problems of the Grey Mains, as your gang of merry tribesmen get their kicked in by their mascot rivals, the Berenstain Bears. You take on the role of their fearless leader Cliff, spelled with a K because it wouldn't be a fantasy world otherwise. Get thrown into a magical abyss, Kingdom Hearts style, where you'll be chosen to wield the power of the abyss to stop the the wild hunt, the bad stuff from happening to the world. Then get unceremoniously dumped back to land and just told to do good. Which probably didn't mean stealing everyone's stuff for a few coppers. But look, sexy bird lady, if you want lawful world-saving effort, you should pay lawful...
Okay, 10 out of 10. There's a good-looking sexy bird lady. Okay, buy the game.
World-saving wages. When you've finally touched grass, enter an open-world sandbox the size of the Sahara. So open that it tricks you into thinking it's empty.
So the initiates, if there is a sexy bird lady and she is beautiful, you buy the game. It's a cult thing.
You'll stumble around with a literal blank dictionary's worth of stuff to discover. Assembling your surprisingly unmangled crew. Rebuilding your camp. Helping out random strangers. Taking down a cult. Solving some murders. Creating some murders. Playing politics. Trading stocks. Bounty hunting. Hunting. Uncovering crazy weapons and powers. Riding a dragon. Engineering lost technology. Fighting a whole ass war. Petting all the animals. Finding random magical shit up the corner of nowhere in Buttcrack Street just cuz. And beating a bunch of children. In rock, paper, scissors. All with almost no particular order. Or direction. Or indication. Forget refusing to hold your hand.
Fuck?
This game is divorcing your mom, faking their death, and starting a second family in another country.
If he dies, he dies.
Get ready to twist those limbs like you're a Russian contortionist with a button layout from hell, where you'll have to feel around the controller like it's your first time on third base, using button combos that only an octopus could comfortably get to, that feels like they turned playing with a Mad Catz controller into a feature. Then, once your long dormant muscle memory kicks in, get into the groove that makes these mechanics feel more like a fighting game, with different approaches to fighting a bunch of little guys, or one extremely tricked out dude that isn't as brutal as a FromSoft game, but has its own satisfying challenge to master. Paying the medical bills for your carpal tunnel therapy.
Take my hand! Ah!
So grab that cat and let your neuroses shine. With a classic adventure experience on crack, heavily laced with the paranoia of missing a secret wall in Dark Souls, that makes Assassin's Creed games feel like a Barbie adventure, and treat you like an adult with a frontal lobe for once. which may not be a great fit for most players, but gives back whatever you're willing to invest in it. So, I'll be investing probably the next few years of my life. Should last me at least until Elder Scrolls 6, or the Death of the Universe, whichever comes first. Starring. Getting a tiny tutorial after you've played for like 15 hours already. Selling a bunch of item boxes that you never knew you could open. Yoshiing your horse. Forgetting you need stamina for flying and crashing to your death. Stopping in the middle of a main quest to unload all the stuff you've stolen. Swearing at virtual fish. Getting Jehovah's Witnessed. Being too lazy to turn off the lantern, so you just shine the lantern into NPCs' faces. Having to restart the escort quest because you got sidetracked. Discover a boss that you know you probably can't beat, but keep bashing your head against anyway. Save scumming because you got caught stealing. Save scumming because you accidentally aggroed the whole town. Spending hours farming something you saw on YouTube. Going across the whole continent to get a weapon you saw on YouTube. Spending way too much time dyeing armor. Collecting pets like you're a homicidal Dr. Doolittle. Dropping off items into your hoarder house like you're going to decorate eventually, but never will. Putting all your points into Punch. And struggling to get the small boxes out of cabinets. Damn it! Let me inside you! Breath of the Wild. K-pop Demon Hunter. Okay, look, I know I say that every game is great because you can pet an animal, but let's not forget, you can not only have a shoulder cat, but you can even dress it up. Now, if that's not enough for you to sink hours into this game, then really, what will?
Okay, for real, I didn't knew. Okay, for real, it looks like it did. It's not my style of game whatsoever. Probably like an interesting game enough, you know. Like, rarely I saw a fucking honest game trailer, and I told myself, oh, nah, no, thank you. What the fuck is going on here? But like, it's interesting enough, I guess. It's kind of like rich enough within its gameplay, I guess, to make it interesting. But like, won't do for go for an analysis. But like, you know,